right, guys, we have number 3 right through here. This is our gluteus maximus. Here off to the side, you can see part of the glute medius. And then right here on the side, we can see these running into the iliotibial band, which runs all the way down the leg to Gerdy's tubercle, crosses the knee joint. We're gonna remove glute max. We're then gonna reveal more of the glute medius. It's got the number 4. 5 is the piriformis. This nerve is the sciatic nerve. 7A, superior gemellus, separated by the obturator internus to the inferior gemellus. You can see 7A, 7B. We then have quadratus femoris here. It's going to lead us to our hamstring muscles on the back of the leg. Lateral side, which is going to be on the pinky toe side. This is going to be our biceps femoris. It's got the letter 18A on it. We're going to remove it. And then deep to that, what we're going to see halfway through here, the other part, 18B, which is the short head of the biceps femoris. They're both going to go down and insert on the fibular head. At this point, you can also see our vastus lateralis that's kind of hiding underneath the iliotibial band or IT tract. Now on the lateral aspect, coming from ischial tuberosity on top, is this long tendon right through here, known as the semitendinosus. It's got the number 16 on it. It's going to wrap all the way around and it's going to insert at this area at the proximal tibia, known as the pes ansernius or pes anserine. Now underneath the semitendinosus is another muscle. You can see it right there. And on the side, we can see the number right there on it is the number 17, and that's the semimembranosus. We're going to take that muscle off. When we take it off, we're going to reveal another muscle, which is our adductor magnus muscle. We got to be careful because the adductor magnus can be seen from the posterior thigh, but it's one of our adductor muscles. It has a hamstring component, which you can see the fibers running here, and then it has an adductor component. Here we're going to see it creating this big opening right through here known as the adductor hiatus, where our femoral artery and vein will pass through. As we move the leg medially here, we can see the other part of the adductor magnus. It's got what looks like maybe the number 19 on it. It's hard to tell. And then beside that, there's another muscle here. So we have adductor magnus. You can see it here as well as the back of the thigh. You can then see this guy right through here. It's got the number 15, so this must be 14. 15 is our gracilis, and if you follow the gracilis, it's going to go all the way down to that area of the pes ansernius again. All right, and a gracilis is here, and then as we kind of rotate the thigh a little bit, we're going to see that there's this long strappy muscle right here, going all the way down to the pes anserine or pes ansernius. Now this is the sartorius muscle. It's got the number 10, ASIS, all the way down to the pes anserine. So we have the insertion points of sartorius, gracilis, and then the semitendinosus, or sometimes just referred to as the sargent, SGT. I'm going to remove the sartorius. When I do that, we can see this a little better. This is our adductor longus muscle. You can technically see the adductor brevis muscle, but it's not numbered and it's just underneath here. This muscle here, it's got the number 12 on it, and this is our pectineus muscle. Coming here from the abdominal cavity, you have the psoas, the iliacus, and then as they pass under the inguinal ligament, we call it the iliopsoas muscle. We then see our 4 muscles of the quadriceps. Okay, we see they all have the number 11 and then different letters associated with them. So this one is rectus femoris, vastus medialis, and then of course on the sides you've got vastus lateralis. If you remove the rectus femoris, you will reveal underneath it the vastus intermedius. Let's see if I can get that. In order to get it, I'm going to have to remove this guy. It's got a green dot on it here. It's got the letter G on it. This is your tensor fascia lata, and it goes into the iliotibial band. I'm going to remove it so that we can get rid of that rectus femoris. Turn it back here just so we can see it. I'm going to remove rectus femoris. And then underneath, we're going to see a blood vessel, but also the muscle, known as the vastus intermedius. Okay, so the vastus intermedius is underneath the rectus femoris. Vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, and then vastus intermedius all create part of the quadriceps tendon. Below the patella, this turns into our patellar tendon. Okay, that's all of our muscles of the thigh. We're going to move down to the leg. when we look at the leg, we're looking just from knee down to foot and ankle. The first thing we're gonna see is this muscle here. Okay, it's got the number 19 on it. This is our anterior tibialis muscle. Beside it is gonna be the extensor digitorum longus. Okay, it's got the number 21 on it. And then kind of hiding underneath it is this tendon that we can see there. That's going to just your big toe. We're gonna look at a foot model to see it a little better. Here, this tendon, it kind of hides underneath this guy, which is the extensor digitorum longus. And right there, you can see the tendon sneak out going to just the big toe. So that's the extensor hallucis longus. And right beside it is this little bitty muscle, also going to just the big toe. I think it's got the number 16 on it. And that's the extensor hallucis brevis. Now the extensor digitorum longus is this guy here. This is the tendon. But there's also another muscle that does the same thing right through here. Can't quite make out the number on it, but this is the extensor digitorum brevis right through there. One little muscle right through there that goes at the base of the 4th and 5th metatarsals. This is known as our peroneus or fibularis tertius. Now as we're looking back here, anterior tibialis, extensor digitorum. And then again, hiding underneath this guy, that's where we saw the extensor hallucis longus make its appearance. Now, in between our toes, we're gonna find our dorsal interosseae, and that artery right through there is known as the dorsalis pedis. This is mostly just for a muscle, so we're gonna keep going with the muscles. Now, this was anterior tibialis. So this muscle back here, this is gonna be the posterior tibialis, and we'll see it again in just a minute. We get to the lateral leg here. We see one muscle here, follow the tendon, and it disappears under the foot. That's fibularis longus, also known as fibularis brevis. Okay, looks like it has the number maybe 22 on it. This guy right through here, it's got the number 23. It's gonna go down underneath and then insert at the styloid process at the 5th metatarsal. And this is gonna be our peroneus brevis or fibularis brevis. Either one of those names are appropriate and are perfectly fine. As we move to the back of the leg, the first muscles we're going to see are the superficial leg muscles. You have the medial and the lateral heads of the gastrocnemius. If we remove that, underneath that we can see that there's a tendon. A tendon is for this muscle right here. Okay, the tendon right there, it's got the number 25 on it. That is the plantaris, and it's sandwiched in between the gastrocnemius and then this muscle that's deep there known as the soleus. Now, as we look, all three of those muscles are going to connect into what's known as the Achilles tendon. It's got this number 24D on it. Because it's going to the calcaneus, another name for this will frequently be the calcaneal tendon. Now, as we remove that, we can see the three deep muscles of the leg, and then this muscle up here at the knee joint. Now this muscle right through here, it's got maybe, I can't make out the number on it, but this is the popliteus muscle here. We then have these three muscles right through here, and they're all gonna pass through this area of the foot known as the tarsal tunnel, okay? So again, you can see our foot model here. You can see this area for the tarsal tunnel. Now on the back of the leg, we already saw that this guy was the posterior tibialis. It's got the number 27. This muscle here has got the number 28, and that is the flexor digitorum longus. And then this guy right through here, it looks like maybe it's got the number 29 on it, is the flexor hallucis longus. Anything that goes to your big toe is a hallucis. Now that's gonna go through the tarsal tunnel, and then they're gonna emerge at the bottom of the foot, okay? And again, we can see that tarsal tunnel right there. Now as we look here at the big toe, we see a muscle on the side. If it contracts, it's gonna pull the big toe away. So this is gonna be our adductor hallucis muscle. It's the adductor hallucis. When we do that, we can reveal more of the tarsal tunnel. Underneath, we're gonna see this first superficial muscle is gonna be our flexor digitorum brevis. If we remove the flexor digitorum brevis, we reveal the tendon of the flexor digitorum longus, and we can see the lumbricals attached to it. It's got the number 30 on it. We can see at the back of this tendon is going to be the quadratus plantae. It's got the number 23 on it. Okay, so flexor digitorum longus has got posteriorly the quadratus plantae, and then anteriorly, anterior, you see the lumbrical muscles. Remember, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those muscles. On the side, going to your pinky toe, is going to be abductor digiti minimi. I'm going to take those off. When we do that, okay, now we can see our flexor digiti minimi muscle, and then we can see this guy, this tendon is the flexor hallucis longus, and then on either side of it, right there, it's got the number 26 on it. That is going to be the flexor hallucis brevis. Longus is a long tendon, hallucis is a small fat muscle. I'm going to take off this tendon. When we do that, we reveal this muscle here. Okay, it's got the number 31A on it, and then this will have 31B on it. Now these are both the adductor hallucis muscles. This is our transverse head. This is our oblique head. If we remove those, we're going to see the muscle underneath. Both of those guys, the muscles underneath are going to be our plantar interossei. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, you can see those guys right through there. Looks like they got the number maybe 32 associated with them. And that should be all of our muscles we need to know for the lower extremity.